Shut up and sit down.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Kobe's Firewood. Today I'm going to be doing a review on my Kubota Mx5400. I'm going to go over a little bit about the tractor. It's a 5400, so Kubota makes it pretty simple. It's got 54 horsepower. I believe it weighs, with nothing on it, between 4,000 and 5,000 pounds. But I put antifreeze in both rear tires. I'm not sure exactly what weight it adds to it. I believe it's close to 1,000 pounds of weight. I could be wrong. That's just what I read online. If you want to pick up anything serious, I would definitely recommend putting antifreeze in your rear tires. I also have this 6-foot land plane. I'm not sure what brand it is. I cannot afford the orange Land Pride. So I got this one. It does what I need to do, and really I use it as a counterweight because to pick up a full tote of firewood, I have to have the land plane on here. This model has the just regular shift like any tractor you drove since you were young. I didn't want to get the hydrostat. The salesman told me you lose a little bit of power with your hydrostat. I'm sure it's convenient, but I just don't trust them yet. I don't think they've been out long enough, in my personal opinion. And to me, it's hard to beat the regular standard shift Kubotas. Up front, I've got a 5-foot ProWorks grapple. I was kind of hesitant to buy it just because of how cheap it was. I believe brand new, it was $1,800. But it's done great. I've been really rough with it. Anything, doing firewood, you're going to be rough with. It's done great. The only thing I don't like is when I first bought it, I believe the hydraulic hoses were about 8 foot long, so they caught and dragged everything. So they didn't make it very long. I've had them redone, but honestly, it hasn't really been anything. The cylinders have held up good, and I've had no complaints about it. It does great. Okay, that's enough talking about the grapple. Let's say it works. I'll show you the log we'll be picking up today. I just hauled this out today. It was just, this log here was just cut today. It's a white oak. It's roughly, I'll say about almost 16 foot long. We'll call it 15. And it's probably, I'd say a good 18, 19. We'll say probably, just to be safe so we don't overestimate, probably 18 inches around. There's a calculator you can use to figure out the weight. I'm not going to do it right now because it's not that big of a deal. I've picked up similar stuff this before. My tractor should be able to handle it, and I'll show you that right quick. I feel like it wouldn't be right to do a startup video. First off, before you do anything, put your seatbelt on. I know some people's probably been running equipment for 50 years, but it could save your life. And on a tractor, I wouldn't move this thing without my roll bar up. Especially being a tractor, is very tippy, so I always put your roll bar up. Just like anything diesel, cut your key on, sit here a minute. Honestly, this thing, the glow plug light never comes on. I bought this in March or April, so it hadn't been just super cold here. Fires right up. And another thing, if you're going to be hauling a lot of brush, picking it up, using your grapple in general, they make covers for these guards here, almost like a brush guard that goes between here. It's pretty much a piece of mesh. Some of them look really good. They're real fancy. Not really sure on the cost, but you see here, I mean, I've put several holes in this thing, and I hadn't had it a year, so I would definitely recommend getting that. I didn't think it was needed. I don't even know if I'll replace it, but I would definitely probably will get me a cover for this. Alright, I'm gonna show you how to unhook this grapple right quick. Idle your machine all the way down, cut it off, and then cut the key back on. Don't crank your tractor, just cut the key on. And now on your third function that works your grapple up and down, just hit it back and forth a couple times. I think they recommend 3 or 5, but I'll just sit here till I get tired of it. And trust me, you're going to do this, because after the first time I unhooked my grapple and tried to hook it back up, it took me probably 45 minutes to figure out what was going on. And you get hydraulic fluid all over yourself, so definitely do this. All right, I think that's enough. I cut your key off. Now we're going to go up here to the front of the tractor. Now you just simply unhook it. Pull that down. Comes right off. And it's not the getting off part that's so hard. It's when you have to hook it back up. What we did right then was relieve all the pressure on these lines when you go to hook it back up. See, you see that ball there? You should be able to mash that in and out when you unhook it. If you don't let that pressure off by squeezing your grapple up and down, you'll take this off, and then you'll have to sit here and beat and bang this to let the pressure off. And so you still get a little hydraulic fluid on your hands if you do it, if you press this. But whenever you don't let the pressure loose and have to beat this down, it throws hydraulic fluid everywhere, and I completely ruined a t-shirt by doing that. So always do that, and get your lines up out of the ground. Kind of, this one's long, so I have to wrap it around. Well, don't do that. And unhook it. This is just like a skid steer. I think every tractor or every skid steer piece of equipment besides a John Deere is like this. So you can run Bobcat, Cat, all kind of different attachments with the Kubota too. Just pick this up, pick it up, and you're ready to unhook. Now I'm gonna show you how to hook back up to attachment. And this is another thing I'm really not a big fan of on a tractor, is the visibility on the front. You just can't really see what's going on up there. But you get better at it the more you use it. The first time I used it, it took me an embarrassingly long time to figure it out, but we got it figured out now. This is the only thing I hate too. At work, I got spoiled because we have a skid steer with the quick attach, bob attach, whatever they call it. So you never even have to get out the machine to hook it up. But all you do, let that down, and make sure those pins. Camera woman taking her time. Show them those pins right there at the bottom. But make sure that pin goes to that hole right there. If not, you'll figure out that it won't stay on there. Now I'm gonna pick up a tote of wood for y'all. And now, if you buy this straight from the factory, no antifreeze in the rear tires or anything like that, no attachment on the back, it won't pick one up. But once I put the antifreeze in there and got this land plane, it picks them right up. I recommend keeping it in third. Fourth is just a little bit too fast, you get a little too bouncy. And obviously, like anything else, you're on a hill or on just kind of uneven terrain, just take it slow. That's all about feel, really. And here we go. We're going to sit here and struggle for a little bit. There we go. Now I recommend getting all the way under. There we go. You can move pretty good with it. Like I said, now, if you don't put your antifreeze in the rear tires, you ain't going to be able to pick it up. So just keep that in mind before you go buy a tractor. But you can move a tote of firewood with a tractor. That's good. And my final thoughts on the Kubota Mx5400 is that it's a great tractor if you're looking for a subcompact, or it might be considered a compact tractor. But if you're doing firewood, I would recommend a skid steer or mini X. More of a mini X than a skid steer, but a skid steer would be even better. Tractor, they just, they're a lot slower. You have to change the gears, go back and forth, and they're really tippy compared to a mini X and skid steer. But like I said, I put the antifreeze in the rear tires, and I keep the land plane on there, so I'm able to pick a tote of wood up and I can pick a pretty heavy log up, as you've seen in the video. But then again, a mini X is so much faster. The only advantages I can think of is that, first off, buying brand new, pricing them, they're a whole lot cheaper, and your maintenance is a whole lot cheaper. I think when I did my first oil change on this for the oil and the filter, it was less than $100, and it took me probably 30 minutes to do it. If you go and price what the maintenance is on a skid steer mini, you're going to be a lot higher. But then again, you're getting a lot more work out of them, and it's a lot faster. And overall, I'm happy with the tractor, but if I had to do it over again, I definitely would have gone with a mini or a skid steer. Alright, everybody, that's it for this video. I hope that makes your mind up about what you need for your firewood operation or not, or if you're just here to check out the Kubota tractor, maybe it made your mind up too. And I just want to apologize. I think it's been 8 months or longer since we've made a long video. I know I've did some shorts and stuff like that, but if you can't tell, we're in a different location. I've recently obtained some property, and it took a while to get it ready to go, and I was kind of stressing and rushing because, get ready for the firewood season ahead, you have to start early and let your wood start drying. So as soon as we got ready to get going out here, we got to getting on this wood, and I started some new things, trying some new processes, stuff like that I might share with y'all in some later videos. But I believe here we've got a little over 100 totes since probably, I don't know, March or April most likely. So we've been rolling, and like I said, I just hadn't slowed down and made enough time, and hopefully that'll change and we can whip out some more videos. And I just want to thank y'all. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe. Also follow me on TikTok and watch those videos. It's also under Kubota Firewood. And thank y'all.